everybody!
Hey everybody!
Welcome back to our channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Asia.
My name's Elizabeth.
And we are Blondes in Progress, the channel where we just chit-chat about all kinds of random things, life, just things we love, all that stuff. So if you're into chatty channels, we're the channel for you. I apologize for my general everything. It's been quite the process to just get this video filmed. Got broken cameras, crazy dogs, just nothing has been going right. So hopefully this episode goes okay. So interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, so
I ran errands today, but my face is all done up because I'm going to Philly later tonight, so.
Exciting. Yes. I also have my errands get up on. And I did my makeup. I know you can't really see that, but it's kind of weird because on the weekends I don't like I like to dress up, but I kind of like a more cozy outfit because I have to dress up, you know, for work during the week. But I don't typically do my makeup during the week, so it's kind of like a weekend treat for me to like do a full face because I have time for it. So it's kind of mismatched, but I don't know, I like it. And then I did have a perfect messy bun whenever I was out earlier, and then with all the chaos that I just had to deal with, it kind of got disheveled, but it looked good earlier. So yeah. Do you have a beverage for today?
Well, I finished the chai tea latte I made, and I'm not gonna have any more caffeine because I have to get on the road after we film this, and it's like an hour and 20-minute drive, and I don't want to have to stop, and if I drink another coffee I will, but I have some of my leftover Coca-Cola that I got from running errands earlier.
I got a Coke when I was out too.
It's one of those where I don't let myself, like, it's not that I don't let myself, I just don't buy it typically, but I drove and got gas for my car, and I was like, I have no food for lunch. I'm gonna go in, and it was a Sheetz, so they make everything. So I was like, okay, I'll just get something for lunch. And I was like, well, I don't normally grab one, but I'm gonna get a Coca-Cola today.
I have an iced coffee because it's really hot in here in my house because it was fall for a little bit, and if you look outside it looks like fall, but North Carolina's like, no, it's gonna be just like a warm day. So this flannel is like me trying to fake that it's fall, but it's really hot, so so cool. Love it. If you missed our episode last week, we talked about our favorite like comfort foods and beverages, and in there I mentioned how I'm much more of an iced coffee drinker, and we also mentioned Coca-Cola. I actually got a fountain Coke from McDonald's this week after we talked about that. So.
There's a slight difference.
Oh, there is. I saw somebody talking about McDonald's drinks in general, and I was like, they know. So, but yeah, so Elizabeth, you want to talk about what we're going to be talking about today?
Today is because we're filming on it. We usually film Sundays, and it's a Saturday today. So we're just going to talk about kind of like the errands and like kind of how we form our Saturdays. Because for me, usually Saturday I have no makeup on, t-shirt, usually just like the super comfy like boyfriend style type jeans that like, I'm not going for looks, I'm just comfort, something that if I have to go out, I look decent enough. And it's usually like when I'll do grocery shopping, I'll budget bills. Like today, I had to take my car to get the oil changed and the tires rotated. And then yesterday I was looking up, because I noticed I was like, my skin wasn't looking as good as it used to, so I looked up like new skincare routines. So I stopped by Ulta after researching like different things and what's best and which I should use. And then like I had to make a return, so I went to the Halloween store and I couldn't return it, but I did an exchange. And then I ran to Target to get like just like a little light bulb for my wax melts. So it's one of those days where like you kind of just get like the stuff that during the week kind of like just like falls through the cracks. Like my car needed gas, especially because I'm driving down to Philly later, and I got it now, so then I didn't have to pull off and find an exit. And I went to a gas station that I know it's not like one of the creepy ones, and I got my car washed. So it's one of those where like it's usually like I do like all the deep cleaning for the apartment where like I move all the rugs, I put all like the carpet refresher on everything, everything gets cleaned, everything's moved and dusted and stuff like that. And that's when like I'll hit like so many stores in one day that like I usually do like grocery shopping, planning meals, or try to plan meals. I'm not always the best about that. So it's like that day where you just kind of get as much done as possible, and it's all that stuff that you don't always want to do, but you're just kind of like, that's a Saturday thing. I'll just, like, I don't have it in me to do it after a work day, and then Sunday's usually that rest and preparing for the work week, and Saturday's just getting my apartment ready and everything just like re-straightened up from whatever happened during the week.
Yeah, so mine's kind of similar to that. The weekends, like Saturday is my favorite day of the week. Like anyone who says Monday is their favorite day, I'm like, what's wrong with you? But I love a good Saturday. So for me, when I get up, I don't set an alarm on Saturdays unless like something is happening, which most of the time, if I'm like working or something on Saturday, it's in the evening for a wedding or something. So I don't have to set an alarm, which just makes my heart so happy. And like today, waking up and seeing like a beautiful fall blue sky and getting to just hang out and have a slow morning. That's kind of what my Saturdays consist of. Even if I have to go like run errands and stuff, I know I should probably do them in the morning, but it's probably like mid-morning, almost like brunch time to like lunch. That's when I like to go. And like today, I walked around Hobby Lobby. I was getting stuff for our Halloween costumes, which, side note, we're gonna film a Halloween episode, so get excited. But I got stuff for that, and there's just something about walking around like Hobby Lobby or Target or, you know, just something like that, where like you have a list of things you have to do, but I also allow myself to just look at fun things that I don't get to look at, you know, during the week or anything. And also do some deep cleaning also, and just a lot of, like, last Saturday we went grocery shopping. Today we're not, we'll probably do that till Sunday. But I love how, Elizabeth, you're like, I'm getting all these things done, and normally Saturdays for me are, this is my list, and then I might accomplish 50% of it.
Like, okay, so I'm one of those people where I go, and like I'm one of those like, I wake up, I like do my skincare, I do a little morning yoga, sit for maybe 10 minutes while I drink my coffee, and then like I tackle my list, and usually I can get it done by like 1 or 2. And then I do like all like the self-care, self-love type stuff. Like I'll do a face mask, take a bath, just relax and like let myself just kind of like unwind for the rest of the day and night. And just like have that where like I can put on comfy clothes and like watch a nice comfort movie or TV show, or just kind of like veg out for the rest of the day. And so it's one of those where I get a lot done in the morning, and then I'm like, okay, because I'm not a night person. Once it hits like 3 o'clock, I'm like, okay. And I'm usually hopeful that by then I've taken a nap and...
Yeah, well, and maybe that too kind of talks to how we're different, because she's very much a morning person and I'm very much a night person. I'm much more productive at nighttime, so like afternoon, evening, like after this I'll probably do some cleaning, I'll edit this video and all that stuff. So basically, where Elizabeth has like tackled her list, she's ready to relax. Me, I relax first, then I tackle the list. So, you know, any way you want to do it, it's fine. I just think it's just nice for me. I'm like, the morning time stresses me out so much during the week that...
I know the one upside to going to the stores, like, in the morning.
Yeah.
There's next to nobody there. And, like, when I went to go get my oil changed, I didn't have to wait in a line. I was the first one.
That is a really good idea. But I feel like Saturdays and Sundays for me, I don't know about you guys, but if you're a teacher where you have to plan in advance for your work week. So the weekends are like this weird mix of I want to relax because it's my day off, but you also feel like slightly pressured to plan for the next week and get stuff done because your to-do list literally never ends, ever. And so I just realized before we started filming this video, I left my school laptop at school, so I really can't do any of my stuff I was gonna do. So it's like forcing me to take the weekend. And that's another thing too that I feel like people just like know about and talk about. They're like, oh, teachers do so much work outside of school. But it like really affects your weekend and your personal life. And then you go back and work on Monday and it's either like, oh man, I had such a fun weekend, but now work is terrible because what do I have planned? Or, you know, I wish I got this done. And then if you work all weekend, you go back to work and you're like, I'm not refreshed and recharged. So it's a weird double-edged sword. And like I said, I feel like I set out to do all these good things on Saturdays and then just like one thing after the other is like, nope, you're just not gonna get it done. It's fine.
It makes you feel better. Last weekend, I was driving almost nonstop because my family, I think we have like 5 birthdays all within 1 week. So it's like my brother, the distillery he works at, and he runs the events type stuff. They now do their courtyards open, so like I drove up to do that. I drove down to get my hair done at my parents', and then like me and my sister hung out that night, and then I had to drive her back the next day because we were celebrating her birthday at my apartment. And then we filmed Sunday, and then I drove back down there for like the family birthday party, and then I had a doctor's appointment Monday, and then like I'm going back to the distillery tonight because all the family's coming to celebrate my brother's accomplishment. And then tomorrow I'm doing a socially distanced picnic with like a bunch of my old work friends from the job I had before this one. And then I just remembered, not this weekend, the weekend after, I'm going to a wedding on Saturday. So it's just like one of those where just like my weekends have just been booked. So I've been trying to like, because sometimes before that would like stress me out and I'd kind of like freak out and start to lose. But I'm trying to like make sure to be a member that like, if something cleaning wise doesn't get done, it's okay. If I don't get something food wise, it's okay. During the week, if I need to, I can order out. I can order on the Target online thing and drive up, pick it up, and I'm gone real fast. So it's one of those where like I'm trying to make sure also that like I plan enough ahead so that I have what I need to and things get done still, but I'm not over stressing about it all and still able to accomplish everything I've agreed to do and planned for. And because I like having plans and like, because I am a bit of an introvert, you know that, Asia, where like I could just I sit in my apartment most days, especially because I work from home. And it doesn't really bug me like it would probably a lot of people, but like I also know that I talk to Asia almost every day. For work, I talk to a lot of people on the phone, and that like by not having these plans, it gets me out of the apartment and it gets me going and doing things. And it's also been hard because with COVID and everything going on, you can't really just go out and walk or do certain things. So everything kind of has to be planned and reserved times and things like that. So that also puts weird things on trying like plan and get everything organized well.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. Even for me, is the whole, you know, it's okay to have, you know, your plans, but it's okay if you don't get them done. I feel like I put pressure on myself so much for the weekend to be like, I'm gonna get my life together in these 2 days, but like I also want to relax and stuff, and I don't know, it's like you can't just live for 2 days. You can't just live for the weekend. So, and yeah, and that's something that I'm trying to do more in this season of my life, like, is to appreciate every single day and not just not stress out too much. You know, if I don't get something done, if we don't get the dishwasher, you know, unloaded, or I don't get this laundry done, whatever, it'll be okay. And I don't have to like kill myself on the weekend to like make the house perfect or do whatever. Like, you can take time for yourself, which I don't think enough people tell you it's okay. Because I don't know, kind of like you, these past 2 weekends, I've worked, I've done all this stuff. You know, today this was my only plan, really. I had to go do some errands, like we said, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna film with Elizabeth. what else am I supposed to do? And I kind of had like a panic almost. I'm like, what am I going to do with my day? Like, I got to do something. And so that's kind of another thing. It's like, you can be over planned, but then there's like guilt if you're not planned enough.
Yeah, I always know when I overplan or like I put too much on my plate because I'll start I usually have a very good memory for what needs to be done, and where like if I start to like overplan or over like do stuff, I start to kind of forget things. Like I started to make plans for tomorrow with my mom, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, I already have plans. I'm going to a picnic down. I'm like, it's a longer drive too because they live closer to the Philly area of New Jersey. So it's like, okay, it's gonna take me about like an hour and a half to get there. That's 3 hours of my day, plus the actual picnic. But it's people I haven't seen in a while. We're all gonna be smart about our distancing and all that. But it's remembering that like I have to mark out that time, especially like the driving time, and knowing that after driving that much, I'm probably not gonna want to do anything. And like I'm kind of just gonna be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna veg out for the rest of the day because I've done a lot of socializing, a lot of driving, and I drove a lot last week, and I'm driving a lot this weekend. Really, I love driving. It lets me have that like that me time where you can just almost like you analyze yourself and like you can like look at all like the different things about you, like things that are limiting on you or like why you feel this way about something. And because you kind of like make yourself stuck in the car, you're like you kind of got to get to like the root of what the issues sometimes are. My driving is always a fun time.
You said about double scheduling. That is something that I struggle with so much because I'm a people pleaser, and also I'm very forgetful, which is a bad quality. I mean, I hate saying that about myself. It's not my favorite quality about myself. And I think it goes more deep rooted into I'm trying to be a people pleaser, and I want to do everything for everyone and with everyone. And kind of like her, I forget about travel times, and it's just so much. And especially like when you have friends that also, you know, are the same age as you, and you all work and your schedules are different, and you're like, oh, we have this one day, let's see everybody on Saturday or Sunday, but also get your to-do list done. So it's really just trying to like find that balance between getting stuff that you need to be done, but
As me and you are kind of opposites in that, where you'll say yes to everything, where I say no to just about everything. Where like I'm like, I really want to see them, but then I'm like, that's 3 hours driving. But I know I'm gonna have an amazing time once I see them and happy and enjoy it. But there's always that part of me that's like, but if you say no, you can just enjoy a nice day on the couch. But I'm like, no, I gotta be social. I gotta see my friends. So it's one of those where I have to almost sometimes force myself to go out. And where like I know you'll say yes to just about everything.
yeah. Well, I've started recently learning how to say no to things. At work, they asked me to do like an extra after school thing. It's like something, an extra opportunity, and it would be like staying after school maybe an extra hour and a half or something like that, or 2 hours. And they're like, oh, we put you down for this, we figured you would do it, and they said, do you want to? And I said, no, I think I'm good, I don't think I'll have time. And literally, the feeling in my stomach was like, oh my god, you said no. But then I was walking back to my classroom and I was like, but you stood up for yourself. Not stood up for myself like they were bullying me, but I was like, no, I don't have to, because I do my job, but I can say no to those extra things. So, and also learning to say no to people when I'm neat, because you talked about being, what am I saying? Like your social meter is full, like for the day. Recognizing that has been really hard for me. But when I do say, okay, even if we're like at a family thing, if we're all outside talking, I started like saying to Matt, like, hey, I'm gonna go inside and just kind of like lay down on my phone on the couch, like, I'm not mad or anything, I just kind of want a minute to like just be in my own head, you know, just sit and do whatever. And he's like, oh, okay. People are like, where's Angie? He's like, oh, she's just taking a minute. And people are like, something wrong? I'm like, no, I'm just taking a minute. That's it. And also, when I'm with other people. And me and Elizabeth, this was a big thing when we realized how good of friends we were, when we could hang out with each other and not say anything at all for like hours, be in the same room, and it's neither of us questioned, hey, are you mad at me? Hey, is something wrong? It was just,
You want the company of someone, but you don't want to act. You just want to like do your own thing, but you like knowing that there's someone there that if you all of a sudden you come up with an idea or you want to talk, you can. And that's kind of how like my family we kind of function. We're like we can all be in different rooms, but all of a sudden like say I'm reading, like all of a sudden I get to a really good part and I just need to talk to someone about it. I could go downstairs and if my dad's watching TV, I'll just like blurt out everything that's happening, and he'll just listen and. Like he has no idea what the book's about, these characters or anything. Or like I could go into my sister's room and be like, I'm bored, can we watch a movie? Or like we can be in the same house or doing things like that where like if we wanted to we could go and do something with them, but we also can have that time to ourselves where it's not the pressure of, okay, we're all together, we have to do this, we have to constantly be talking or doing something. It's that we can just enjoy each other's presence and knowing that they're there if I wanted to talk to them and stuff.
Yeah, that's how my family is too. Like we're very, I don't know, from the outside we probably look like boring people, but that's kind of how we are too. And that was something that whenever Matt and I were going to move in together, I'd always imagined, because you know when you date someone and you don't live with them, you think you're like, oh, I want to be with them all the time. And then I was like, if I'm literally with him all the time, how am I gonna get anything done? Like what's gonna, and like, but now I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, I could be in the living room watching YouTube, and he's in the other room watching like sports or whatever, because I don't watch those things, and it's okay, and you can have your own you time, but then I can be like, hey, can we watch a movie? Like, can we go outside and play fetch with the dogs? And it's, I don't know, you have that separate time, but then you also have that together time.
Yeah, because I think we all need that time to almost decompress by ourselves and kind of sort out our own thoughts and figure out how we feel about how the day went or what happened at work and things or what we're seeing on the news. Because sometimes if someone wants to talk about it right away, you're like, especially me, like if someone asks me a question, sometimes I'm like, or like you're in a lecture and they're like, okay, any questions? I'm like, I need like 5-10 minutes to like absorb what you said and like take it in before I come up with a question. Or that's why like sometimes in interviews I probably am not always the best, because they're like, okay, any questions? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I walk out and I have like 20 questions because I'm like, I just need like 5-10 minutes to like take a second, absorb what you're telling me, and let my mind like work through it and like come up with the questions I need.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So we hope you enjoyed our rambling video. We had a topic picked out that we were gonna do, which we did start out with, but you know, when we get together, we just talk about those random things. So
I got us diverted this time.
It's okay. But
To go on tangents though.
I do too, so it's fine. And that's, I mean, fun to listen to. So if you like chatty videos, like I said, we're chatty. And thank you to everyone who watches our videos. Like, we appreciate you so much. This week I had one of my friends text me and she says, I look forward to your videos every week. And I was like, thank you. So we appreciate if you are subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. And what else did I gotta do?
And follow us on Instagram.
And like it.
Asia does a lot of work on that.
Yeah, I run the Instagram and we were MIA for like a week, so sorry. But this week I'm posting some last minute Halloween costume ideas, and it is partner best friend edition because we always do best friend costumes.
And we have quite a few.
Huh?
We've done quite a few at this point.
Yeah, we have a whole catalog of ideas for you.
Also, did you realize this is the first birthday of yours where I did not come down the weekend of your birthday? And I think, or that we haven't spent together, I think since we met each other.
Why did you have to say that?
I realized that yesterday. It made me sad.
I know, it does. So we've known each other since 2013.
We've been friends, I think, for 7 years, so it's... And I always go down to Charlotte the weekend of that last
Yes.
weekend of October into November. Because sometimes her
Yeah.
birthday's on a Wednesday and I gotta work.
Yeah, so she'll normally spend the first year that we lived apart, she like surprised me. And it was like this whole big thing. And I was just like, why is everybody I know acting weird? And then she comes around and I'm like, why are you here? So yeah, that's always a special thing. But we are gonna have a long distance Halloween together. We are gonna be uploading this video on Wednesday, but we're also gonna have a special Halloween episode coming out. I kind of want to do it the day before Halloween or maybe on Halloween. We'll see whichever one we can do, but that'll be exciting. Good to see our this year's best friend costume. I'm excited about it. Yeah, so, and I hope mine turns out okay. Like, I hope it comes together and I look okay and not too crazy.
It will.
She looks cute, but okay. So we love you guys and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you guys next week.
Halloween.